Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a little while since I have sat down, shot like a vidcast or done a proper vlog. I mean, I've done some concert vlogs over the last month. We went to Las Vegas, so that was a travel vlog. But yeah, it's been busy, surprisingly. And if you don't know, currently right now, um, it's May the 3rd, and yesterday was the first day that the WGA, all the writers went on strike. And for those of you who don't know, I work in the film industry, and that sort of impacts everyone, not only those who live in the States, but those who also work in Vancouver here, because we get a lot of work from the Americans, and it has caused a lot of, how do I say this? It's caused a lot of ripple effect because the writers are obviously at the forefront of how shows, TV, film, movies, everything gets made. And they are going on strike because of this whole residual effect with the new streaming platforms. They don't necessarily get the right amount of compensation for the work that they do, and so they're on strike right now. Go off, fight for your worth. Like, you literally deserve the money because hey, a lot of these amazing stories wouldn't be told if it weren't for these writers. And right now we're seeing the effect from those who are working in late night comedy. So all the late night TV shows are basically on pause right now. Um, and I don't want to get any of my facts wrong or whatever, but that's where we are right now. If anything starts to linger for too long, we will definitely feel more of the waves and the aftershock of this strike. But it's been interesting for sure, because even a few months ago, you could sort of feel that dryness starting. And yeah, I don't know. This is important because everyone deserves the compensation and the amount of payment for the efforts they're doing. It's insane. And I didn't mean to honestly jump into this vidcast right away with talking about the strike, but I just wanted to sit down and talk today because I felt like it. The sun's out. I'm wearing yellow. I'm feeling bright. I'm feeling inspired. Ed Sheeran's documentary just came out on Disney Plus, and I started watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry because I love seeing people who are chasing their passion succeed. Um, it is such such a wonderful thing when you get to experience what you love and what brings you joy and these sort of passions that make you tick. For me, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit. I don't know why. I know a lot of you are like, "Oh, Sid, you always do YouTube videos. You've got the Hangout. You work in film." Yes. But when everything starts getting all muddy with time, time is my biggest enemy. Oh my God, I'm literally going to tackle so many different topics because my mind is racing today. I have so many ideas, and I have my handy dandy notepad today because I have too many ideas. And what did I just touch upon? I touched upon time. Wonderful. What else did I touch upon? My identity. I just need that to stay on track, and also just like the anyways. Basically figure out what I'm going to talk about today on this vidcast because I have no idea. I always come on to here, turn my camera on, put my mic on, and hope that something cool comes out of this episode. And honestly, if you're just like sitting at home putting this on in the background and you just want to hear me talk, or you want to feel like you have a friend um telling you certain things because you work from home and you can't really go out to have coffee dates with friends right now, but you want to listen to a cool podcast or vidcast with Sid, that's this. So, anyways, I don't even know where I was going with this whole thing, but the Ed Sheeran thing. Oh, chasing your passions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like I've been said, I've been struggling a little bit trying to figure out what I want to do with this downtime because of the strike. Okay, so everything is connected. You can kind of see it here. Paint that picture. Because of the strike, everything is a little bit slow in the film industry right now. And because I work in that production side, There's a lot of work that happens before I even get my job. So we are in a waiting game right now. And with that waiting game, I have a lot of downtime. And this is when I have time to film these videos and do interviews or do photo shoots outside of the film industry. But the last 2 months have been super busy, super crazy, which I was surprised, but super grateful for because you always want to be busy. I love my job. And these last 2 months have been so fulfilling and so fun. But as soon as it slows down, I go into a little bit of a panic because I'm like, everyone around me is working. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Am I doing enough with my life? And maybe that's a little bit of ignorance coming from me because, yes, luckily I do have like a roof that I live under. I have like a job that I can come back to and just create and have fun. But I think it's the anxiety in me that is like, ah! I was told recently that I find a lot of validation in my work, and I was like, hold on, I get that. I really get that. I feel like I'm always on the run to try to do this next project, to make sure that I'm always working hard because whatever I want to do and achieve, like if you're trying to follow your passions, most people want to follow their passions, and those passions tend to be more fun careers or jobs, like say photography, say being a musician, whatever it is. Everyone wants to do that, but you got to work like 300 times harder than the next person because no matter what, someone is always going to be working harder than you to get to where you want to go. So with me, I'm like, like I'm so anxious because I know that when I'm sitting here doing nothing, I'm like, oh, someone else is already out there doing something to get that one step closer. This is all my anxiety speaking. I know I'm doing a lot already, despite what I feel in the moment, but I always want to keep on doing things. So if that is filming these vidcasts on YouTube, just talking about where I am in my life right now, these little life updates, what I want to do. I was sitting on the couch earlier and I was like, I texted one of my friends and I was like, so I know we were going to do a Hangout episode at some point, but suddenly now I think I want to do like a 5-minute photo video feature on you because I think that would be really cool. And that's the thing. I feel like I have so many ideas bundled up in here that I don't know how to execute them. And when I try to execute them, I do them really messily or rapid because I just want to do it. And sure, cool. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think to me, I like coming up with ideas, and I feel like my ideas are always turned into a metaphor or analogy. And so for me, it feels like that the fast pace of like, ooh, let's get everything done. It's like when you are trying to create this art piece, like a painting per se, and you kind of just like throw your paint on the canvas and hope that it looks pretty. And you do it so many times until you start getting to a good routine and you're like, okay, I see what I'm doing right. I see what I'm doing wrong. This is how we can get better and do better. And because I started doing the movie series, turning my life into a movie at the top of the year, got too busy, went on pause. Same with this vidcast. I started doing it a couple months ago. 2 months have passed. Here we are again. I don't know. This is probably like episode 3, 4 of just me sitting down and talking. I don't even know if y'all will listen to this. But at this point, I need to realize that it doesn't really matter. The views don't matter. I'm just here because I want to talk. I'm here because I enjoy making videos. I enjoy sitting down talking about my problems. Maybe someone will listen. Who knows? Maybe someone could relate or even understand with what I'm going through and also feel like that they're not alone, because sometimes when you're going through all these moments, you feel like you're alone and nobody else can relate to you. But when you see or realize or hear other people talking about these things, you're kind of like, oh, like they kind of process it in a different way. And they're like, oh, maybe I'm not alone. I'm normal. You are normal if you're going through this, by the way. I went out for coffee with a couple of friends last week, maybe 2 weeks now, and we just like sat down and talked. And I wish I could have recorded that coffee time with my friends because we went through so many different topics that just felt so therapeutic And I don't have all the money in the world to go sit with a professional therapist, to be honest, but I'll go pay like $7 to go sit in a coffee shop with my friends and just talk about what's going on in our lives. And that's what we did. We touched upon so many different things, and I wish I could remember them all, but I just felt so enlightened after it. I felt so motivated. I felt like I was okay with where I was in life. Um, it just felt so nice. And one of my friends had said to me, Sid, like, I only see her like a couple times every single year. And so when we come back to each other, so much has changed. And she's like, Sid, I see you fully stepping into the light that you're given right now. And I'm like, what? I don't feel like that right now. Um, but to see like an outsider perspective sort of give you that nudge and applause is really reassuring, because it's like, yeah, like I don't realize it sometimes because I'm stuck in it. Like I see this every single day and this is my life. But when I take a step back and like say this person I haven't seen in a long time, they come in, they see me like maybe once or twice, like maybe the highlights of my life, like Instagram or whatever. People only post the highlights of their life. They can say like, "Hey, it looks like you're doing great. You're staying busy. You're doing amazing." It sometimes is enough reassurance to be like, maybe I am doing something right. It just takes a little bit of time to get there, and those gradual moments where I wake up every single day where I feel like nothing is moving. After like 3 months or after like half of a year, you're kind of like, oh, compare that to where you were at this last moment where you hung out with this friend. It's like, so much has changed. Um, and another thing my friend said to me is that all of the moments right now, you can't connect the dots of how it's going to line up. But when you look back at it all, you can connect all the dots and see how everything played out the way it was supposed to. And I had told her a story about how I got this opportunity to work on Ink Masters last season. And I was like, whoa, like it tracked back to maybe like a couple years ago when I had just been so keen to reach out to one of my favorite photographers, who at that time wasn't my favorite photographer because I had no idea who she was. I was just a fan of this movie, and I just so happened to go on like IMDb, and I was looking and I was like, oh, this photographer took this photo. Oh, she's in Vancouver. Oh, she's an Asian photographer in Vancouver who's in the union. Contacted her, made that connection, and it just like all lined up to be how it's supposed to be, which is so insane to me because I truly believe everything happens for a reason. Things line up, things happen. Maybe karma is a thing too. I don't know. But speaking things into existence and just being very present, and this world will give you what you give to it, if that makes sense. Um, that's my little tangent of work and anxiety and everything in between. But yes, I do find a lot of validation in my work. And so when I don't have that balance to come back here, or that motivation to be like, "Oh my god, I want to do an interview with someone. I want to create this video. I want to also just take photos." This is another thing that I've also discovered. I find that because I was raised in this very traditional way where you need to sort of have your 9 to 5 job stability, you need to have that financial freedom where your money and your income is quite steady, and the flow of it is very consistent. But when you're a freelancer like me, you're kind of freaking out when suddenly you don't get that consistent finance, because obviously there's a standard that we all want to live at. We all have these lifestyles that we want to live, and when you can't have it right now, that panic kicks in. I think, to me, back to these coffee shop dates, to me, growing up, my weekends are literally Saturday, Sunday. It just makes sense. Most people work Monday through Friday, weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Cool. For a freelancer, your weekends are whenever you want it to be. So that gives me the freedom to go sit for coffee with a friend in the middle of the week. But when I go there, I feel like I'm wasting my time, because in these moments of your Monday to Friday, it's a Tuesday. I should be at work. I should be at set. I should be doing something productive that will give me monetary value. But sitting at a coffee shop with a friend, just talking, or you're spending money on, say, like a $17 panini or something, you're like, why am I wasting my time doing this? Like, do I feel productive? What am I doing with my life? And then that whole spiral narrative keeps coming in, and then you let these intrusive thoughts come in, which not necessarily is the best, but somehow you just continuously find yourself in this cycle. We're trying to remap our brain into telling us that, hey, it's okay to take a weekend in the middle of the week because you don't have that normal 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job. You get to reframe your life into this weird sort of timeline. Like my weekends, sometimes Saturday, Sunday, I'm working. And that's why Monday through Friday, I get my free time. Like today is like a Wednesday. I get to sit at home. I get to create things with this camera. Am I considering this work right now? No, no, I'm not. Because I honestly feel like this isn't technically a career path that I'm taking this in. I'm just sitting here talking to you about my feelings and hoping that someone is listening, hoping someone receives what I'm saying and understands what I'm saying. But it's all this weird, I guess, traditional construct that is messing up my brain, that gives me anxiety because I don't feel that I should have this free time. I don't feel like I should not be doing things during the week. So that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. But it's funny because in those moments, I need to try to reframe it and be like, this is your normal. You do put your work and time and effort into different parts of the week where other people get that free time. And so I think it's also comparing. That's a pause. My mother just opened the door and she is dying. It's very hot today as I'm wearing a t-shirt. But yes, that is, I don't know where my train of thought was going, but we're just sitting here doing that. Anyways, don't compare because then you even start spiraling more. And that's another thing that I was talking about with my friend. I was literally like, so I have 2 Instagram accounts. I have my work one. I have my personal one. My work one, I follow everyone in the industry. I see when they're working on projects. I see when they post things. And so when I'm here at home and I'm not doing things and I see them posting things, I'm like, why can't I be on set? Why am I not working on this project, that project? And I'm like, ugh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Okay, what are we at? We're at 18 minutes right now. I'm talking. I'm rambling. Okay, guys. So much for my life update. I literally had an agenda of what I was going to talk about today because I knew my like attention was going to be everywhere and my like brain leap pads to like all these different topics because if I don't, I'm going to forget it and then I'm going to hurt myself because I'm not going to remember what it was. Anyways, so many ideas. So many ideas. I guess, oh my gosh. Anyways, I can't even follow. I can't. I touched upon all these things already. Anyways, last month we got to go to the Eras tour. I feel like this could be a separate video talking about the Eras tour because, oh my gosh, I could like rant upon it. What a time. So I won't go too deep into it. But I'm so excited to travel. Oh my goodness. That's a topic I guess kind of relates to all of this. But finding the balance between wanting to travel, live your 20s, work hard enough to make money. What else is there? I don't know. There's just so many things. Having time for friends, having time for a relationship, having time to spend with your family, having time to spend with your dog. Albert is sitting in the kitchen right now doing absolutely nothing, laying on the cold tiled floor because it is hot, y'all. Maybe these vidcasts should just be called Sid's crisis moments. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't go longer than 30 minutes, but again, put me behind a mic. Put me in front of a camera. I will talk about my problems. I am very open with talking about my problems, apparently. Ask any of my friends. Something of balance. Balance. What was I gonna say? Dang it. Darn. Balancing things. Balancing things. Oh my god. This is a good time to pause and break and reset the camera because I can't remember what I was talking about. I'll be right back. Back to the biggest struggle, probably the biggest life lesson thing. This is so awkward. My mom's sitting over there. She's just listening to me rant about my crises. Anyways, don't care what she thinks. She can watch this later and hear back everything that I was talking about. Anyways, okay. Anyways, back to the most important thing that I'm trying to figure out with my life, balance. Y'all, I don't know who knows how to do it well, properly. How do you balance everything? Cuz everything you just have everything is constant. Everything is always moving. Time is always slipping away. And are you ever going to figure out balance? Balance as in yes, balance with your life, balance with your career, balance with finances, balances with relationships, balance with like everything. Balance with like your mental health and like putting pressure on yourself to try to chase certain things. I think my older mindset of chasing things that make you happy and just straightly doing that, yes, was easier said than done when you were younger because you didn't have to rely on financial stability. But now throw finances in because you want to be an adult, you want to go do things, you want to hang out with friends, cost money. You want to go live in a house, cost money. You want to go eat food at this fancy restaurant, cost money. Welcome to Vancouver. We live in one of the most expensive cities. It's painful. Should I just move to Calgary? Oh dear. But everything costs money now because you want to be an independent person and you don't want to live under your parents' roof for the rest of your life. I mean, some people, sure, go do that. Do that. That I don't want to do that. No offense, mother. Um, but yeah, I am literally a kid still. I love buying toys. Yeah, of course, you can see by all my pop characters. I love buying, I don't know, some people would say useless things, but I find pure enjoyment, words. I find enjoyment out of it. We went to the Disney store like a year ago, I think. And I bought a walking little talking baby Yoda thing. How many times have I played with it? Once. Does it bring me happy and joy though? Yes. So, I mean, that whole balance thing. Booking vacations, traveling because you want to see your favorite artists on tour. The Jonas Brothers just announced the tour. They're not coming to Vancouver. They're not coming to Seattle. They're not coming to Portland. Hello, Pacific Northwest doesn't exist, apparently. So we are thinking about going to Toronto, flying to Toronto, booking a hotel in Toronto, going to the concert in Toronto. We haven't even gotten tickets to the show yet. And that whole thing is like, okay, do you find enough enjoyment out of going to a concert that you are willing to spend all this money on this travel, this staying of like the hotels and everything? Luckily, I enjoy traveling, so that's wonderful. Some people probably don't, and I get that. They'd rather see their favorite artist in their city because it's their tour. They should be touring to your city and not the other way around. But here we are. Anyways, back to the idea that you have to chase things that you love, chase your passions, do that instead of chasing the money. Because if you chase the money, I could easily have gone to go do like a science thing or a more academic field of industry, which I don't know. Luckily, when I was young, I knew that I never wanted to do any of that. Didn't want to go to university because I knew I couldn't study in all of that area. It stresses me out just thinking about it, honestly. I couldn't sit in a room with I don't know, say 300 people just listening to a lecture for 4 hours. No. I went to a college where it was more like high school, where you get to be in a close-knit group of people and just learn hands-on material, which is God bless, because yeah, wouldn't have been able to be productive in that area at all. Um, what was I going with this? Oh yeah, I could go to an academic route and chase the money. I know one of my friends, she does that exactly. She does like software engineering, makes loads of money, lives the lifestyle she wants, but hates her job. And your job is literally, I don't know what that exact measurement would be, but if you're living and working in this job up until you retire, maybe like you're 50 or 60 and you start maybe like in your later 20s, what is that? Almost 30, 40 years of your life, and say your life is like, I don't know, 100 years. That's a lot of time, or a big percentage of your life where you may hate your job, therefore hating your life. Why would I want to do that? Explain. I'm sorry. For me, I couldn't live like that. For others, sure, maybe. Like, live your best life, get that money, thrive, have fun, and on your weekends, go do that. Goals, truly. But for me, I'm like, I wanna, like, what if I don't live until I'm like, what if I die in like a couple years? Like, knock on wood, I don't, but what, like, just hypothetically, I could not feel fulfilled or satisfied with my life if I died in a couple years doing a job that I hated. That just scares me. Why? Oh my God. And that's why I think I can justify going to Toronto to go see the Jonas Brothers. Because, like, what if a pandemic happens again? Oh my God, this is like full on crisis mode now. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, literally, what if a pandemic happens again? We didn't get to see the Jonas Brothers since like 2018, and now we're in 2023. What is that? 5 years almost? Holy cow. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. No. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. And that's why, like, we get to travel. We get to go see different parts of the world. And I don't know if this is part of just the Sag energy. Like, I'm a major Sag person. My friend did this whole like astrology read on me. God bless, because she literally read me out inside and out. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, so yeah, with that, I just want to explore, learn things about as many different cultures, places, and things, and hear all these different stories. And I think that's also why I love interviewing people. I love learning things about people and why they tick. What are their passions? Why do they do the things they do? And really, I guess, also learn things in the way that they live their life and maybe implement that into my life to see how it can all like work together. Whoa, this is some deep stuff, guys. And it's 11 in the morning. And really, I just decided to sit down. I didn't know where my brain was going to take me. I usually don't. And so you're on this journey too with me. If you're just listening and you're like, where are we going? I couldn't tell you. Don't know how I'm going to put a title to this video. But we'll find out. And yeah. Um, yeah, traveling and trying to just live your best life. Sometimes I discover, if you're lucky, when you follow these passions so hard because you just love doing it, you will just naturally wake up in the morning, you will want to do it, and it doesn't feel like work. And so when it doesn't feel like work, you're just going to keep on doing it and doing it and doing it, and then the money will come, if you're lucky. If you're in like an industry where it's like music, and the odds are really stacked against you, and you're like that one in like a billion, good on you. Like, damn, that's commitment. And I am so inspired by people who work so hard. And just like, I think that's why the Ed Sheeran documentary like shook me out of the water, because I'm like, whoa, like this man, just some like little British kid, didn't know one day he was going to do this and do what he does to the spectrum that he does it, is insane. And yeah, I don't know what my future holds for me, but I hope I get to continue to do what I do and just have fun with creating art. I have literally adopted the new art format of crocheting. It's not new. A lot of people have done it over the years, but I've now taught myself how to do it. And my next project is a baby Grogu. I'm going to do that. Teach myself how to do that. And like photography, filmmaking, storytelling. Like this is my art form and I love it. And I'm so happy that people get to watch, listen, learn, sometimes live vicariously through us when we go to see concerts or go travel. And like, I'm just so happy that people enjoy that as well, because I know sometimes you want to see people live out their best life, but you don't necessarily have the resources to do that. But watching YouTube videos and seeing like some of our favorite Disney YouTubers go to Disney every single week, I'm like, I wish I could do that, but I can't because I live here. I love that you're doing that. I love it. But yes, chasing your passions, doing all of that. I need to get back into it, have fun with it, and not stress so much about chasing the money because oh, the anxiety will kill me if I literally focus on the money anymore. Ooh. It's painful that I really live in one of the most expensive cities, but I'm so grateful because I love the city. So it is so bittersweet. Vancouver, you are you may or may not be the death of me, but I'm grateful to live here. Um, anyways, I'm gonna start wrapping this up with some amazing weather because it is summer now. I got to go biking on the seawall last week, which was so nice. I got to go hiking with my mom, which was so nice. The weather is getting very hot, and I hope and I can't wait for a lot of summer adventures. Um, I booked a trip yesterday, so I'm so excited for that. Hopefully it goes through. You never know. Um, but hopefully when we get closer, I will let y'all know and do another travel video for that. What do we have in the summer? We have Taylor Swift in Seattle, the Eras Tour, part 3 for us, I guess, because part 1 and 2 I literally shoved into an hour-long vlog for y'all. Don't know if you saw it, but if you want to go watch Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, Las Vegas, you can. It's on my channel. What else is going on? I'm definitely forgetting something. Oh yeah, Jonas Brothers. Hopefully, we'll see. We don't even have tickets yet. What other concerts? We got a lot of big concerts coming this summer. We've got Ed Sheeran. Maddie and I also just got tickets to his tiny show, which is so insane. Like, we've never seen Ed Sheeran at this small capacity level because this man blew up overnight. And so he's only ever been playing stadiums and arenas when he's been over here. What else do we got? We got Coldplay. I'm so excited for Coldplay. I get to see Dermot Kennedy this weekend, Dean Lewis next weekend. Welcome to my lifestyle. This is why I'm broke, because I go to concerts. And basically that money just recycles. Anyways, I am so excited. Yeah. I think I got all of my topics for today off into this video on the table. Do what you want with it. Yeah. I hope you are navigating your 2023 well. I did have a really good feeling that this year was going to be something different, something special, and so far it has been really awesome. But now it's going to slow down. It's slowing down a little bit. But I can't let myself get scared. I am ready to continue maybe filming videos, do things to implement my job into my regular life here so I can try to, I don't know, practice, learn, work on those muscles so that when something does come up, I'm like, ready. It is a grind, it is a hustle, but we are here, we're doing it. And yeah, that is today's vidcast. Don't know what I'm going to title this video. We shall see. I hope you enjoy this May. I'm so sorry I haven't done any month vlogs. It has been actually something that I miss doing. I think we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe in June, maybe in July. I don't know. I haven't been putting too much pressure on myself to be like, "Hey, like, get these videos out," because I know it will drive me insane. So, yeah, things are coming, I hope. Let's just have fun and, make the most of our lives. So, yay! Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next vidcast or concert vlog or just random day in the life vlog, any other video on my channel. Yay! Goodbye. Thank you for listening to me rant about my problems.